So I didn't talk about this before, but it's the uncontrolled burning um, of household waste in backyards and in other premises. So I'm talking about household waste. I'm not talking about batches and things like that. That's totally fine as far as the law is concerned. But yeah, it is illegal, and I'm sure people knew this already. But say a milk churn, or take for example, I was having a pile of Pringles earlier on. If you burn these in your backyard, because it is dangerous for the environment. It does not mix well with the environment. Let's put it that way. The fumes of plastic, like that's made out of half nearly plastic. The top of it's nearly been of plastic. It's not. It doesn't go well in seeping into the atmosphere. Seeping into the ground and the atmosphere too. Burning of plastic, as you know, is not good. Not good for humans. It's not good for the plants. It's not good for animals. It's generally not good all around. And we see that in China every day of the week. China just burns and burns plastic 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And nobody stops them. But anyway, but we have to try and keep Ireland a little bit respectable and a bit clean. As I always talk about, you never hear me shut up about it. But I never really got involved. And as I said, I'm 5 years, nearly 6 years, going on nearly 7 years now doing this. I never came across really anybody. I never seen anybody do it. With my own two eyes, burning household waste in the backyard. And I never seen that. I never seen it. I've heard people talk about it before to me. Like I haven't got again a whole. It's people have told me about. But again, it is again with the same with the little laws and legal Dublin laws. It's very very hard to enforce, and especially if it has to go to court. It takes about 60 years to go to court. Again, it's the same with everything. It takes 60 years. But yeah, and I was wrong. They say 1997. I don't know that they say 1997 there. But it's in the 2008 legislation. But it is a €5,000 fine. So I would say to people too. Well, again. I don't like people. Particularly, how would I put it? I don't like people snitching all the time on their neighbours and things like that. But it is bad for the environment, and it's bad for your safety and for your health, and for if you have children, and that's bad for the atmosphere altogether. But if you do see somebody doing this, it's better to let the local authorities know. Or even just say to the person not to do it again, or just to say to them, please don't do it. Because again, it's something that we have to be aware of, because it's not good for human habitation. I'm sure everybody knows, because I have smelled burned plastic before. This is actually a story time, I suppose, for a second. So I was at a campfire. It was leftover white. It was leftover white from a night out. People. This is a few years ago, summertime. I think it was a pile of Germans or something like the Germans or French or Spanish or whatever. At a fishing spot. It's very popular fishing, but obviously a lot of campfires and you have to clean up after them. And the smell of plastic, and the smell of plastic majority of the time of plastic beer, and the only way you can get your cans of beer, and the majority of what's in the ocean, to be honest with you, it's the beer can the I don't know what that holds the beer cans. It's kind of a plastic thing with a wing around it, like this. That's made out of plastic. Some of it, at least all of it, nearly some of it, and my hair is growing like a feck. Sorry about that. The smell of that is atrocious because they were born that in the fire, and it's just atrocious, and it's seeping into the ground. I remember, because you have to use a shovel to get rid of the campfire. They lift the coal and everything off the ground, and the burn bits and bobs to the ground, and put it into a bag and get rid of it. It's not good for the environment, because I remember seeing the plastic, because it's kind of mushy, squishy kind of stuff when it's on the ground, burned, and it's not nice. It's because again you have animals going around that, rabbits, squirrels, whatever. It's not nice, and it's seeping into the ground, and it's not nice. Let's just put it that way. Particularly plastic, mainly everything's made out of plastic, but it's not nice. And I just say to people, to please, take a video of if somebody's doing this, if somebody's doing it regularly. And it's not fair. It's not fair on people who have to pay household waste charges to get rid of the rubbish responsibly, and the best way and the most appropriate way, in other words, by putting it into the bins and doing the right thing. These people are just flaunting the law and just don't care. Again, don't know too much about the sector, I might say, because I never really got involved in illegal burn and legal dumping It's more or less what. But again, you could count this as a League of Dublin. But again, if it's somebody's property, if they're on their own property, it's not really League of Dublin in the eyes of the law. But if they were outside and born, say, in a field, that wasn't belong to them, but it is technically League of Dublin because they brought it onto their property to born it, which is League of Dublin, you could say, in the eyes of the law. But again, the law is just messed up in this. Like, it doesn't say it. Like, the enforcement of these laws are just a joke. How's this right? Like back 2019, 60% of the laws, 60% of the litter fines. This is just litter fines, for example. They can go paid, one paid, in Cavan or Monaghan. Great country. But again, just goes to show you. And then League of Dublin, again, half of these cases haven't been brought up to court yet. But yeah, just say to people, please, talk to your neighbours if you do see them do it, or tell the local authorities. But just don't let them away with it, because it's just, it's not a nice thing for the environment. It's not a nice thing for you and your family. And it's the right thing to do, to stand up and say, it's not right to do this. Thank you.